Hi guys, welcome to another video. As you can see, I decorated the background a little bit. I turned off the lights, but I just decorated. It says happy birthday from Paw Patrol. Only because I had Paw Patrol theme for the dogs a long time ago and I just kept it, so excuse me, I figured I would use it today for it is for my dad's birthday. His birthday is Halloween. We're in Halloween already, so I wanted to do the what is this? Why is there I want to be a clown, so I'm gonna turn myself into a little clown and just have that as like just to add more stuff to the background, you know. Took me forever to decide on how I want to do the clown. I even got my little hats for me and my dogs for our pictures. I have no idea, like, it's gonna be purple, obviously, because I do have my little purple hair. What else did I have purple? Oh, the balloon and contacts. I wanted to try different contacts. So I'm gonna start with my eyeshadow. Excuse me. I don't know if I want to be cute or ugly, like scary, scary, scary. But sit back and enjoy. We are gonna be listening to. Oh, by the way, my dad passed away almost 10 years ago. So this is the first time that I will like do something, I guess, decorations up. Halloween horror stories.
It was 2018 and I was still in middle school. Our goal was to get to the other side of the neighborhood where there were side of the road. As we passed the man, he watched us from the other side.
Dixie was really nice and fun to be around, but she didn't really particularly like the job or really want to be there. Josh would get annoyed with her a lot for just standing behind the register while he did all the work, but it was only one night a week, so he didn't really complain too much. Nick, on the other hand, was a little bit different. He worked there 5 days a week, just like Josh and I, but they never seemed to put him with more than one person 1 day a week. Nobody seemed to really like him or like working with him. Nick was also a little off from the start. He was one of those people who basically told you his entire life story as soon as he met you, giving a bunch of really personal details that no one was really comfortable with hearing. He began telling people that when he was younger, he was diagnosed as a psychopath, and he had to take a bunch of pills for it every day so he wouldn't be violent. Not exactly what you want to hear from someone you're alone with in the middle of the night, but okay. We all have our problems, and some people get dealt a really bad hand when it comes to mental illness. I myself have always really struggled to get my anxiety and depression under control, and without medicine, I mean, I wouldn't be killing people by any means, but I'd probably be hospitalized in danger to self categories, so as creepy as that was, I just assured them that a lot of people need to take medicine for some kind of illness, and as long as you stick with it and you're honest with medical professionals, they act like he understood and then changed the subject, only for him to circle back to it about an hour later. When I confided in Dixie about it, she told me that she would take care of it, that all of the statements made by the women were pretty similar to the things that had been said to me. Nick was then given a final warning and a write-up. The next couple of times I saw him, he would go on these rants about how the people that were reporting him only did it because they didn't like him. I assumed that he didn't know that I had been questioned too. I arrived extremely late that day, so there was still quite a bit of things that still needed to be put on the shelf. One thing that the earlier shifts never seemed to do unless they absolutely had to was stocking the drink coolers. It was true that it was easier to do at night when there was a lot less customers, so it was pretty annoying since we couldn't chat, but we just went with it. I can't really remember the time that Josh had went into the drink cooler, but it must have been pretty late since it lingered in the air around there anyways. and Josh was right on the other side of the wall. Even so, I actually considered for about 30 seconds if I should actually go or if I should run into the cooler and go get Josh. Nick wasn't a young fit guy or anything, but years of drugs and drinking had really aged him prematurely and totally ruined his body. But I mean, he was still pretty intimidating to a 20-year-old girl. Unfortunately, Nick made the decision for me when, probably tired of waiting, turned right toward me, and that's when I noticed something immediately was off about him, causing it to break through. He didn't make it to break through though. From that hole, he could reach the lock on the door, then get back inside. According to Josh, he had walked up to the door and then he put his mouth against the hole that he had just formed, and then said something that, even right now, I still sob over. In that horrible sing-song voice that he used the first time I talked to him that night. He then said in such a happy tone, "They're never going to find you two." Needless to say, as tough as he was acting, Josh was shitting bricks just as much as I was. He was older than Nick, in his mid-30s, but he was a beanpole, and he wasn't exactly known for his fighting skills. Even so, as soon as Nick unlocked and started to open the door, Josh then slammed his entire... I screamed, and then I moved when he stabbed it the first time. But Josh and I both then moved immediately to hold it shut again. I remember Josh and I making eye contact. We were both crying by now, and I wanted so badly to say something to comfort him, but I just couldn't think of anything to say. I was just as terrified myself. I had dropped my phone when I ran to hold the door shut, and neither of us could move to go get it. So we really had no idea how long it would be until the police got there, and the door was made of wood, so it wouldn't really last long against his body slams. And there was absolutely no protection if it... Then the voice continued with his name, and that he was an off-duty EMT who had been listening to the scanner. Josh got up and pushed all of the things aside in front of the door, opening it enough just to put his head out of it, and then it seemed like all of the breath just totally left him. He opened the door and went out into the store. I ran and grabbed my phone, seeing that the call had disconnected or the dispatcher had hung up. When I went out into the store where Josh and our rescuer was, he was in the middle of explaining how the police over the scanner were sending a bunch of cars, but that they were all pretty far away and he had a really horrible feeling that they wouldn't get there in time. Some phone calls that she had been getting. Nick stated to the police that his job was all that he had left and Josh needed to be punished for trying to take that away from him. He said that I wasn't the target and he really didn't want to have to kill me, but he knew that he had a much better chance of killing Josh with me there.
The screams will forever be burned into the back of my head. Suddenly, he straight up punches through the small glass. It wasn't until a week later where I learned a shocking truth as to what led up to this. The story behind why and how he got into the school will forever haunt me. As it turns out, he was being transported to a facility when he managed to rip us in my last period of the day. If I remember, I was in history class and we had just finished up an assignment on the Titanic and the history of it. At one point, I asked my teacher if I could use the restroom for a minute since I had completed the project early. Being the sweet and charming teacher she was, she said yes and gave me the pass. The restroom near my class was being cleaned, so I had to use the one on the other side of the building. As I'm making my way over to the B because of the clown. That being said, I pull up my pants and as I look up, I see the clown's head peeking in above the stall. I let out what was probably the loudest scream I've ever done as I pushed open the door. The person in the clown costume obviously fell to the ground as I ran out of the bathroom. I ran straight to my teacher's room, practically begging for her to unlock the door so I could get in. Just standing there, making these strange noises.
What was this
In
called?
her hand, a knife. She begins to walk around the cafeteria while yelling out these deranged phrases. On top of that, I had no idea what she was capable of.
Whatever it was could wait until I got to school. My phone had 4 text messages from my friend who had been trying desperately to get in contact with me. The messages read in order. Yo, something weird is going on. Hey man, are you on your way yet? Yo, don't come in. And the last message read, Stranger in the halls. Teacher says he has a looked. I was relieved to see one of the custodians. He was ushering me over to him, but kept one hand to his mouth as to tell me, stay quiet. As quickly and quietly as I could, I ran over to him and the two of us hid, locked in a supply closet for what felt like forever, as we heard the man pacing back and forth across the stage. After what felt like an eternity, but turned out to be only a couple of minutes, police arrived on the scene and the man fled. I had to give my statement to one of the officers, who told me,
It's a beautiful day. It's a rather nice day. A day for a glorious wedding.
A rehearsal, my dear, to be perfectly
A
clear.
rehearsal for a glorious wedding.
Assuming nothing happens that we don't really know.
That nothing unexpected interferes with the show.
And that's why everything, every last little thing,
Smells like mother's crazy sister Kate. Oh, you.
Oh, I love when you double the place. Who is your decorator?
nice tiles, shame out the drapes.
Oh, my husband says such foolish things. Ignore him.
Ah, yes, it's usually best.
Victoria,
Yes, Victor?
tomorrow we are to be
Married.
yes, married.
Since I was a child, I've dreamt of my wedding day. I always hoped to find someone I was deeply in love with. Someone to spend the rest of my life with. Silly, isn't it?
Yes, Lord Barkis, sir. No, I meant no. I do not wish to be married. That is, I want very much to. Ow!
Pay attention! Have you even remembered to bring the ring?
The ring. Yes, of course.
Enough!
With this hand, I will cup your.
Thank you.
Scraps! Oh, Scraps, what a good boy.
I knew you'd be happy to see him.
Who's my good boy? Sit. I was terrified of marriage. But then, on meeting you, I felt I should be with you all.
Oh, that's cute.
The woman!
She's got a point.
In a microwave oven.
I thought this was...
Damn, that's fucked up.
To eat it? To eat it?
Roses for eternal love. Lilies for sweetness. Baby's breath. What? If I Yet I feel my heart is
Okay.
aching. Though it doesn't beat, it's breaking. And the pain here. Let's come to bed at
What on earth are you speaking about?
Victoria, where are your corsets?
He is speaking in tongues of unholy alliances.
Will the mortification?
Riches befitting royalty.
Your lady wife is a most fortunate woman.
Alas, I am not married. I was betrothed some years ago, but tragedy snatched my young bride away. When one lives alone, wealth counts for you.
Wanting to see my parents. It's just this whole day hasn't gone quite well. According to plan.
Where you slipped off to? Miss Victoria.
Yes, how is she?
Well, she's getting married this evening.
What? Married to who?
Some newcomer, Lord somebody or other.
But that's impossible.
This is just glitter. It should be. I don't see anything. Oh, I see it. Cute. Because look, I'm going to have my little hat.
Your smells great. Which one? And they were both found dead.
The dogs get all scared because of the balloons. They are not fans of the balloons. Alright, I'm just going to add a little bit of latex just to kind of give it some texture to my skin. Just like that. Guys, I am done. I can't talk. Wrong. I can't fucking blow with this. Ah. Well, that was a little dangerous. Play with fire, bitch. Oh god. I don't know why fucking... I can't even do things like... Okay, it could have been like that, but I didn't want to fucking play with the fire too long. That's it. Happy birthday, Dad. Y'all like or no? I like it. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Make sure you like and subscribe.